Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going for a drive. One of the most beautiful drives there is, weather depending. We are driving from Tallaght to Glendalough. Now this is a long drive, so this video will probably be well over an hour. Hopefully the weather sticks good. There's a bit of cloud in the sky. Once it doesn't rain too much, we should be good. I'm recording this with the Pocket 3 on my roof, so it is exposed. It's not the best idea. And yesterday when I was doing some footage, I braked and turned a little bit too sharply and the actual Pocket fell off the roof. Luckily it landed right in the section where the wipers are, so it didn't hit the road, so there was no damage. But if I'm up in the middle of the road here and the back mountains and stuff, I'm a bit worried about that. Don't worry, you're not going to have to listen to me this whole time. I'm going to be putting some music on. God knows nobody wants to listen to this voice for over an hour. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a little introduction. And anyway, my name's Martin. I've been doing YouTube for the last 5 years, kind of on and off, not really too bothered with it as I had a full-time job. I was made redundant there in October, and I thought I may as well give this a chance to try and make YouTube my full-time income slash, you know, my activity that I would enjoy doing. So if there's any tech geeks out there as well, I would like to say that I also have the Meta Ray-Ban 2s on, just in case I see something very interesting and I want to get a reel going. I can just do a quick one with that, hands-free while I'm driving. If there are any gearheads there, I am unfortunately not driving anything fancy. It's just a Toyota CHR 2019 hybrid, and put it in the eco mode because, well, I don't have much money to be blown on these videos. So this is us just going through one of the last kind of estates area, kind of a bit of a test here for the Pocket on the roof with the GoPro mount for cars. As you can see, there's a lot of ramps here, and then once we take a corner up here in a minute, we'll be just on the back roads, and then it's the back roads all the way to Sally's Gap, straight on through Glencullen, and then down to Lara, and then we'll be into Glendalough. I do have my drone with me, so maybe I'll just add in a little bit of drone footage at the end of Glendalough if there's not many people around. I don't want to be disturbing people. I did want to wake up at 4:30 this morning, and I did wake up at 4:30 this morning, but my body decided, nah, you're going back asleep. So I accidentally went back asleep, and now it's 6 o'clock. And I know it doesn't sound like much, but there's a lot of people who get up at this time in the morning and do activities like photographers, which I am one, of course, so I'm not saying there's that wrong with them, cyclists, or, you know, nature experts, bird watchers, blah blah blah, etc. So I don't want to be disturbing other people on their lovely Sunday. I have this bank holiday weekend in June. Well, it's technically June, isn't it? It's June 1st, or it's May 31st or June 1st, whichever one. I don't know, I'm just awake 2 minutes. Well, the good thing is, if this audio is absolutely terrible, I can just overlay it with music. So I can just ramble on here and say, literally, ooh, those houses are new. That's the thing, I'm seeing loads of new houses all over the place, but they just don't end up filling up. And we're still in the housing crisis. Did you just fall off me? I'm just going to pull in here for a quick second, just make sure you're still on my roof, because I heard that same noise the other night. Bumps and stuff there. Right, so there is kind of two options if you do want to go to Glendalough. Well, many options to go to Glendalough. I'm just talking about this route here. You could continue on further down and take a right, and then you just kind of take this way. I like this way. It's been one of the ways that I've been going for years. So it is my option, my preferred way. But there are many ways to get to Glendalough. I do like going early, and the later you leave it, the worse the traffic does be, especially in summer. It's definitely one of my most visited places when coming to Ireland, if you can. It's not really the easiest way to get there. It's a long day if you're going with a tour group. If you have a friend that can drive you there, get there nice and early, go on a hike, and then get out of there before the traffic starts to build up. All seasons are fantastic. Summer is lovely because everything's in bloom and green and everything. Autumn is awesome. Still winter, you can get away with winter, so there's no deals there. Hopefully I've done my exposure right and you are seeing a beautiful enclave of trees around the facade of the view that you are now driving as we drive towards what we would call the viewpoint here in Dublin. This, in previous generations, I'm not sure about the current generation, this is where a lot of people used to go to make out, make out spot would be the correct term here. But then there'd also be the riff-raffs who would go up here, and they would consume alcohol and drugs. I never participated in either of them because I'm very not social at all. As you can see, my voice changed for some reason, so I'll try to restore that as soon as possible. So please bear with us as we're having these technical difficulties with my voice. Now, this is the part I'm wary about because we're going into the mountains. So by going into the mountains here, you get the dots, and I can see a few on my windscreen. I'm hoping, because my camera is so small, that it's not affecting that. So, like even this drive up here, it's what I love. Just beautiful green, different shades of green, So, I might have to pull over because I'm starting to see my windscreen fall. It's not what I wanted, and I don't have window wipers on my camera. Yeah, go easy as well because I don't want to be burning out my fuel. For anyone else interested, this is also the route to the Hellfire Club, which is a lovely hike. It's not too long. It can go for, there's several different routes up as well. You can go the extreme one, which I haven't done since I was a teen, which is basically you just follow the trail up a little bit and then just go vertical up, or you can just go the long way around, which is a slight incline, not too hard. The parking lot is here on my right, coming up now in a second. Ample car space. Now again, summertime, this place will get jammers as well. I'm starting to find that lately a lot of places get packed easy. I don't know if that's people just getting in there, I have to go out and get steps in, or I want to go out and check out something, or Instagram, or more people driving. So this place in autumn is actually pretty cool. And there's me auto lights just kicking in there as well. Yeah, the lovely leaf colours and all. And actually one of the times was coming up, I think it was here actually, two deer just jumped out into the middle of the road. And they were walking in the middle of the road, and I came up. It was right here actually, that patch of light. They were just walking there, minding their own business, and then I got close to them and then they scarpered. It was a magical moment. You get that in Ireland, just these little magical encounters with deer or sheep or cows or horses or something, you know. So we do climb for a good bit of altitude, and then we're steady for a while, a little bit of up and down. Yeah, we are now coming up on the viewpoint here. I don't know if I'd like to live up here, because this road here, as it leads to the viewpoint, a lot of, you know, boy racers and stuff will fly by, and it's one of the main arteries for this kind of general direction. So like living next to it, like it would be a bit annoying. But if, you know, you're probably used to the sounds by now, so it just doesn't, you know, calculate, and you stay asleep or whatever. But I don't know about living here up the mountains on this road. So that is the viewpoint there on the right. Then on the left it's kind of like a little enclave you can walk out, and you get a beautiful view of Dublin city when you have a clear view. And then this is when we continue up this way around the bumpy road, and we're almost on the flat level. And this part here is where I find it very interesting and cool. So as you can see here, there's luscious trees on the other side of the valley, a nice road, markings, you know, it's very beautiful, very green, very Irish. But very shortly now, and it just seems to just be one of those immediate changes to the scenery, and it doesn't register, and then it's vice versa as well. You will get used to the scenery after this change, but when you get to a certain point, it's just then barren land. It's almost like you're driving from Las Vegas City, and then you get into the desert. You know, you're seeing houses around, and then all of a sudden, boom, nothing. So I do find that impressionable. And then it's quite the thing on the way back as well. Ooh, I don't know if you can see it. So we have a hanging mountain there on the right hand side with a bit of light just coming in. I don't think you can see it from the angle that we're on there, but I do know that there's some spots here where I can probably make a little change of direction so I can aim that at that, but I don't know if we'll get there. Yeah, so now we are in the barren land, the barren wastelands of Wicklow Mountains. It's a bog now. But is it horrible? No. And you can see there's a bit of hanging cloud as well, so we're literally just underneath the clouds. Come on, dude. There's a guy behind me, and I wanted to drive all chilled this morning. But yeah, there is a lovely sight here to the right hand side that I'd like to show off to you. And this will also allow the guy behind me to continue on his drive. I bet you he's out here for a good little drive. There we go. Hold on 1 second. So let's see if we can get you this view here now. And check out that if it works. Oh, look at that. Nice bit of cloud there with the light. So I'm just going to park up here, because I'm in the middle of the road, get this a bit of view, and then I'm going to just check out my camera as well, because it's a long drive and there's a bit of rain there. As you can see, the low hanging cloud line there. We do seem to be fine, so hopefully there's nothing there. Right, I'm also going to take this jacket off because I feel like I'm making noise every time I turn left and right, which is probably destroying the audio. Right, so we are ready. This is basically the start of the long ride. Right. Let's do a little U-turn here. Beautiful bit of bright lights, and then as you can see here coming up now, we're going to drive through a section of the cloud by the looks of it. Now hopefully it's just cloud and it's not vapor and moisture and destroys the camera. For some reason the camera looks good. this is a lovely drive. I love this drive as well, and you don't have to go fast to enjoy it. Just having no one behind you and no one in front of you, going at your own leisure speeds. Like, I am cruising at 50 now, and it just feels lovely. I think this is the first time I'm actually doing this full loop in my CHR. I used to love this in the Mazda. Zoom for a reason, yes. It was just a fantastic car to just drive, you know. Like, there was a bit of power there. It was a diesel as well. And here we are coming into the cloud cover. So the views are a little bit off now. It's just now we're in a spooky horror movie. And just think of like how much we have seen in this short span. We have seen luscious green trees. We have seen this expanse. We have seen the cloud cover. Now we're in a misty fog death movie where I'll watch out for any clowns or anything that might appear. What else did we see? We see in the city streets. Oh look, now we see some sheep. They're just chilling there, eating. They'll have a quick look up. Yeah, alright, this guy's standing on the road. Little lamb there, you stay there, buddy. This is also a notorious area for people coming up to, you know, do more than make out as well, let's say. Fair play to them. Keep the population alive, you know. As I was saying, the views in that small drive, you know, the trees, the luscious overgrown trees over the road, and now we just have open barren lands with mountain escapes. And it's just, I'm kind of glad I do this, and I love going to Glendalough. I try to make at least 2-3 trips a year. It is very beautiful. I don't know if you know this about Ireland. You can drive a little bit in the middle when there's no traffic oncoming. You will see cars parked left, right and centre. There are some walking trails around the vicinity that people do, you know, take. Or some people will drive their vehicle up and then just park it there and go for a cycle. Yeah, but mainly hiking would be, well, hiking and humping are the two main activities seen here up in the Wicklow Mountains. And I believe now, in and around this area, there is a technicality, but now we've moved on from the Dublin Mountains and now we're into the Wicklow Mountains, which are the Wicklow National Park. I don't know, a lot of people love that P.S. I Love You movie, I think it is. And everyone's like, where's the national park? You're in it, love, you know. So yeah, that's one of the famous quotes. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, I didn't see any gates around. It's like, yeah, no, it's free, you know. Glendalough is free to enter, however parking, there is a cost to it. Now there is a cheat code to that if you arrive super duper early, like 4 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, you'd want to be doing a quick hike and get back before the actual place opens up, because you will get lifted. Now there is a small little section where it is free to park, and it's right beside the churches. Now look at this now. We're after going from barren land to stripped tree section. Now this all used to be forest as well, so this was recently culled, but that will be replanted and culled again. We do have a sustainable thing, but yeah, it's kind of a bit crappy to look at. You know, you still feel guilty of trees being felled. And now we have like this beautiful green, luscious, vibrant fern area. Now you can see it's very beautiful. And we are coming up to the Glencree area here as well. Just 1 second to make sure we don't die here. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it in the very, very background there to the left hand side, that is Sugarloaf. That is a lovely hike to do. Again, I think you need a car to get to that one. I'd say an estimate of about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on your fitness level. The last little section of it is a bit of a, geez, what am I doing here? When you're actually climbing almost vertical up rocks that will actually move. When it's on a busy day, it can get a little bit dangerous, but hey, you know, what's life without a bit of danger? So that is a good recommended one. I'll see if I can actually do that this year. I was going to do a hike today, but I decided to, you know what, I'll do a drive. I'll do a driving video. So yeah, this left turn here will then start bringing you down to Glencreen. There's a small little town there at the edge. It's only like about another 1.2 kilometers down this way, probably less than a kilometer. And there is a old German burial ground there as well. So I think I've done it in one of my ancient videos a long time ago. It's very cool and very interesting. It is from the war as well. So a lot of German soldiers were brought, well, I wouldn't say brought over, they came over here, they asylumed over here, or they snuck into Ireland, and yeah, when they passed away they were buried in a specific graveyard, and then other ones also throughout the country. I could hear some birds chirping, so I decided to shut my mouth so you could actually listen to that during the process there as we drive through these fern enclaved areas here. Right, as we approach now, coming up to this other section, I don't know why my voice keeps on changing, by the way. There is another, I wouldn't say a hike, it's more of just a strolling area. Well, there is technically two. One is just around these two beautiful lakes up here, and then the other one is there is a place, I can't believe it's called the Eagle's Nest. I don't think you can see it there, maybe when I turn my camera. There's kind of like a perch on the mountain. Yep, so straight ahead there is a perch there, just at the very top of that mountain. A lot of people will go there. That's the Eagle's Nest, I believe, if my name is correct. I'll pop it up there now if I have that wrong. And I do love driving by this house here. This is a stunning, beautiful house. Hey, Meta, start recording. I love looking at that house. That's very beautiful. You can get to the lakes that way there. But the parking here, as you can see, the road is not the best condition. Hey, Meta, stop recording. Hey, Meta, stop. So yeah, and then just even like, look at that view, just coming up around the corner, patches of light, patches of dark, the dramatic clouding. Oh, I just love Ireland. I just hate the politics. We're not going to get into that now, because otherwise I'd probably scare you off. Alright, so if you are going to do a loop walk around here, I would recommend parking up at this section up here. A lot of people park up here. Like, it's as safe as can be, in the sense of, hey, look, shit can happen on any given day. And again, we're only, what, 10 minutes in or something, I think, to this drive. It's weird, like, I felt like I left at 6 o'clock, but now all of a sudden it's like 20 to 7, and I'm like, I haven't been 40 minutes driving. Yeah, so, yeah. Now let's continue up here. You cannot miss it. It will be on your left hand side, and it's just kind of like stone cobbled, not even cobbled, it's just raw stones on the ground, basically. You drive on there. No linings, no parkings, just kind of, if there's no one there, park sensibly. If there's someone there, kind of just try to line up with them. I don't know if we can see the lake from here, from the car. It is on the right hand side. I'll not be trying to show you, because it just means my car has to go off the cliff to get that angle. But you can trust me, to the right. And I did do some videos on this before. If you want to scroll through my previous long videos ago. Long. Oh, yeah, that's how boring it is for me. I'm so tired. Right, now there's a lot of road work in this market here, so I wonder if people have been making any changes. Nope, still stone, still uneven, still hilly. But as you see, two cars parked side by side. They're probably mates though. But like, you know, if they're parked there, don't kind of park in front of them or something like that, you know, just park parallel to them. Right, so that's putting in some rough stones here on the chippings that kick up and damage other cars. Cyclists love doing this route as well, which is good and it's bad. You know, like, not much traffic oncoming, but you still have to overtake them on dodgy roads, and you know, you mightn't see a car coming. It can be dangerous, so just, if you do come up behind cyclists, stop and enjoy the view, you know, like, look left and right and kind of enjoy what it is. Now we are coming into more barren wasteland. There is also another hike here. I've never actually done it. I might actually add it to my list before I go away this year. Is Capure. It's down here to the right. Capure is basically the old, remember in the days when they used analog, so everything was like digitally, analogically transmissioned. So that was the main transmission mast from Dublin out into the Wicklow area, and it's Capure Mask. I think the name of the mountain was, the name of the mountain is Capure. That's the name of the area. Anyway, you basically get up there, 360 views around, because it's one of the highest mountains in this region, in this section. So you get 360 views all around, but it is kind of covered in masts and, you know, telephone poles, and there you go. There's the parking there. Actually, look, that looks like it's closed now. Actually, does anyone know if that hike is closed? It looks like there's extra warning signs there, and an extra fence around it. So maybe they stop people going up to it. Someone got electrocuted, or someone tried to climb the actual tower. I don't know. Wouldn't put it past them. So yeah, more barren land. Now, if you do have a lovely clear day, you do get to see more barren land. Well, beautiful barren land, yeah. Oh, a very interesting fun fact as well. I think yes, to the left is the very, very, very start of the Liffey. Yes, the River Liffey starts all the way up here, and it just starts out of nowhere. It just comes from the ground, and then it starts to go, and it'll go down to the right, and that is where Blessington is. Blessington is a man-made lake area that was formed in the 1960s, I believe. I may have to fact check myself on that, because I was not thinking I'd be actually talking about that on the way. It's amazing how much I know about this place, and I can bullshit my way through most stuff. So yeah, it just rivers down there, trickles into the Blessington Lakes that were man-made. They removed people out of a village and let the area fill up, and then they built a power station there, which I think that does 250,000 to 400,000 homes. But again, my math might be wrong, and I'll put the information up above. And that's where the Blessington Lakes were made from. Even if you get during summertime, when it comes to a very hot thing and the lake runs a little dry, you can actually start to see the tops of steeples and the outlays of old houses that used to be there. I think the people were compensated, but I think there was a bit of, you know, it's the Irish government. We know they were rough house, and then, you know, RTE or whatever newspaper just said, no, they wanted to live, and they buried it. Yeah, we don't trust their government at all, or the opposition. We don't trust anyone in that room. Anyway, I digress. We're back into a spooky movie now. Spooky movie. Just once a clown doesn't appear, we should be fine. It would be a great idea to do as a prank, like, you know, just, oh man, spooky out, it's just there's a clown, but no dude, I'm gonna run you over. If there's a clown in this way, well, like, you know, it looks dangerous, yeah, I'm running you over, dude, so good luck. So this is actually still considered good weather, by the way, people. I would like to point out, we're in the cloud. Touch wood, it's still dry. I do find this mystical, like, you know, there's a bit of wind whipping by, little, you know, gives you that cool effect, and then like, you just kind of come out the other end. It's nothing crazy. Nighttime, yeah, it can be a bit scary when there's, you know, there's no lights, and, you know, but you just drive a bit slower. And then here is another spot up here to just enjoy the views. You know, I'll give you a quick little look at the views, but there's a motorhome here, so they're probably just sleeping there, and I'm probably a little worried because it is a bit of a dodgy area too. So me just kind of coming by. So let me just. There we go. Isn't that view beautiful? Right, I'm gonna go on so I'm not disturbing those people there. You know, I have a motorhome myself, so you got to be on the edge a little bit every now and then. Up here, you're up in the mountains all alone. So, yeah, a car pulling up to you at this time of the morning might, you know, disturb you. Anyway, we are now approaching Sally's Gap. Sally's Gap, you have multiple options. We're going straight ahead. We're heading to Glendalough today. But if you did take a right, that would bring you down towards Lacken. That also is a beautiful drive, and again, it's like you go from barren into you know, like little woodland areas, then into a forest. There is one of my favourite photography spots, and also just a chill out spot down there. I don't know the specific name. I'll put up the location there, but it's a very tranquil river flowing down and trees around it, and it's only a tiny little section, a couple of parking spots around it, but it's very beautiful to go there. I go there a lot for photography with waterfalls and just trees and stuff like that. It's very beautiful. Off to the left, then we have the Guinness Lakes, the Loch Tay, and continuing into Roundwood, which you can then continue to loop straight down in towards Glendalough if you wish to take that. Today we're just going to go straight. If you do want to see any other routes, let me know. I have to be very wary. I am going on a little trip now. So we are on the main road. We continue straight. We are going on a trip in September, and I'm trying to save and squeeze every penny I can. So I'm trying to make content, but I'm trying not to make it, you know, like waste a tank of fuel every time. It's like 60 quid. I do not make that much money on YouTube. Back in my days of trying to make money as well, like when I was working, and still, it was probably before I was working actually. I was probably unemployed at that time. I tried gold panning. And I tried it up here as well. So I parked up here and I went up the mountains, and I was using Google Maps, and it looked like there was like a river up there that might be interesting. Yeah, no, I didn't do any good. Yeah, no, that was a waste. But now along here you will see some little parking spots if you want to get out and walk. Some places don't really have dedicated trails, so just be careful. Some places can have a bit of marshland, boggy. Like, it's not gonna like engulf you like quicksand, but you will just get muddy shoes and muddy clothes. So just be wary of that, especially if you have a rental. Well, you're gonna have to clean all the excess. Now, there is certain times of the year. I don't know if you can kind of make it out. A lot of these you can kind of see it now, like there's a little purple there in it. But if you get this on a beautiful sunny day and just the right season, you will see like the mountain made of purple. Now it's not like, you know, saturated to hell. It's a subtle kind of purple tint to it. Very beautiful, very nice. Very nice. Very good, very nice. My Polish friend Michael from Galway says, very good, very nice. Right, now if you're going to see straight ahead there, that's kind of the Loch Tay Mount, the Guinness Lakes, I think it's Loch Tay, and that's that route. Fantastic road. Gets a little bit iffy if you've never done it before, because you're on a road smaller than this, two-way traffic, there's a wall on the side, and then it's like almost a sheer cliff. So yeah, if you're not used to Irish roads and how tiny they are, make sure you get yourself a small car if you are renting, like a Nissan Micra or Ford Fiesta, something small. So watch out for. Okay, well the camera's still on the roof, so that's a good thing. Now this video might actually take less time. Like, I am again traveling at 40. I'm just cruising here along, waffling along to you and chatting. And hopefully all the exposures are right and you have good footage there. And now we have a little bit of light, I think, just poking in, which is hilarious because you look to your left and it's just this big dirty rain cloud. But then you get this little sliver of light, and that's the one thing I like about photography. And I haven't been getting out as much doing photography as I have, but wanting to, want to go full time. But I can't go out every single day and do a photo. Try to do photos. It just costs so much money and fuel. Like, imagine driving here every day. I'd love it. But just on that off chance to get a nice photo, but then what? Nobody's buying my photos, so it's kind of like if I was selling some, which are available on my pay for €1 to buy a lovely digital photo, and it's like, I know people are like, well, why would I buy a digital photo? I want an actual print. Yes, you can buy a print. That's also available on my Redbubble. Oh, there's another motorhome. We're starting to see them in the season. So you can't buy them on Redbubble, but when you buy them on Redbubble, you're paying anywhere from like 20 to 50, even over €100 for that image. And that Redbubble company is going to do it, because there's not enough interest for me to go out and spend €1,000 on a printer and have the whole production line, you know, be able to do that myself. And even if I did, I'd still have to charge you a high bit. So if you buy it for €1, people are like, well, what happens then? Well, if you buy it for €1, and let's say you're in America, you've just avoided tariffs. I don't have to ship you anything physical. Oh, yes, there you go. Now I got your interest. No tariffs to the D-man. So, you have a photo. Now what to do? Well, you go and look for your local printers. Not Walmart, not Costco. Just try to find a local printer. You know, someone who is a small business. I wouldn't say struggling. It's struggling, yes. If you know they're struggling, go ahead and help them out. Yes, why not? But you know, a small family-run business, printing business, not a tech conglomerate. And then you send them that photo, because the photo is big enough quality to be printed. Easily poster size, and you can work with them, the print company, on what size you want. Some of them will even let you come in and choose the texture of paper, and you know, you can go through a whole process with them. And then you can say, hey, look, if you want to print yourself one for free and hang up or use a social media, you know, saying, hey, we printed this, you know, we had Susan come in, you know, maybe they'll do you a discount. Don't ask for it for free now. You make sure you give a bit of money, you know. But like, or just even if you, like, the worst thing you can do, you can still just give him the photo. Just give him the photo and go, here, look, you can have that. If you want to print it for yourself, you can hang it on your wall, you can use it, and let that business then blossom from that, you know. I don't mind. You bought that one photo, I don't mind you giving it to a few friends, you know. Even get the printer to do it for a few people as presents for Christmas or something like that. Why not? But don't go and buy it for €1, print it, and then try to sell that photo to make money. That's a commercial license. You can talk to me on my social medias about that. It's a €200 flat fee for that. But if you're just being generous and giving it to your friends and your family, yes, I'm okay with that. For €1, you can buy any of my photos on my pay app. Links are below. Anyway, that's my long rant out. But you know why I was ranting? Because there was absolutely nothing to talk about. It's just barren wasteland here. Now, is it beautiful? Yes. Ooh, careful on these ramps here. Is it beautiful? Yes. You've seen that transition from gloomy grey to beautiful light. If we got it on the right timing, if those clouds went in the way, we would have had a beautiful, stunning golden light just casting over this whole area, and it would have been amazing. That's what I was aiming for. That's why I wanted to leave a bit earlier, but I'm happy it's dry. Ooh, there's a ramp. Ooh. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. I would love for it to be able to pick it up, but that scene to the left is just very stunning, just epic style, kind of beautiful, mystical clouds, the light just coming through it. But even this in front of me, beautiful. Now, I've been driving at around 40 kilometers an hour, slowing down or whatever. There's been no one here, no one oncoming. This is a two-way road, people. And I just thought, there's no one up my hole. You know, I haven't pulled over. This has all been full straight. Hopefully the battery's still running. And yeah. Now, I would not be running out into the middle of these kind of places, like off to the left there. I would not be running out there, because I don't know, there might be a sinkhole out there. But you know, if you can stop off and admire the views. I'm actually waiting for a little stop here myself. I might get a quick little video reel with my phone, because it is a very beautiful sight. I might actually even just pull up here, so please excuse me for one moment. I'll sort this out in editing. Oh, gee. Alright, so I'm trying to do a hyperlapse with my Meta Ray-Ban 2, which is actually kind of cool, I have to say. Like, it's... Hey, no, yeah, good. Look at that view there. So I have to try to keep my head as steady as possible, so it looks good. But look at that view. Isn't that just beautiful? And look, we're going from barren land to forested area, and just look at that mountain cover. Now, if you like waterfalls, we are coming up to a stunningly beautiful waterfall. However, it is actually awkward to observe from the top. Yes, you do arrive at the top. Watch out for these ramps here as well. Look at that, isn't that just stunningly beautiful? Glenmacnas, yeah, I can't even pronounce it too, so don't worry if you can't either. Glenmacnas waterfall. A drone would get you some great footage of it, but yeah, you can kind of, as you drive down the road, you kind of look back and you can see it. I've done a few videos on that as well. I actually sent my first FPV drone down it, and whatever way I was standing, and because it went so far downhill, it lost connection, and it was just above the ground, and I thought it died. Luckily, I had to return to home on it, and it came back. Yeah, but that was still a scary moment. It was my first flight with the FPV drone that I spent 500 quid on, and yeah, I thought I smashed it into the ground. Anyway, it's definitely worth a stop off. I think there's a few hiking or walking paths around this area as well, because there is a massive car park just off to the right. And then as you go around, I try to sneak around the corner, and there's like a little spot for 2 cars, and you're just right above it, and you can get some shots there. So yeah, look at this, just pure beautiful, and we're getting that light perfectly. It's coming at the right angle for the driver. Another motorhome. There's 3 motorhomes today, just out in the Wicklow. I think we're just at that testing phase where people are like, they're dusting off the cobwebs and all. Or, hold on, is that a Northern Reg? No, it's Dublin. That's a lovely one now. That's something I'd be interested in, just a bit smaller. Yeah, the season is kind of starting back up again, so people are just, you know, testing it out. What am I missing? What do I need? It's not broken, but they're still within. Let's drive home. It's not worth it for the night. You know, if the heating doesn't work, it's like, yeah, we can just drive home. So Wicklow is a great little testing ground before you head down to Cork or the Wild Atlantic Way, which I want to do that again for my 3rd time, but slower with the motorhome. Drink at local pubs, get some stories, get some videos, almost the whole way down a 3-4 week epic trip, and then get the weather right. It's oh, there we go, there's a car. probably giving me the stares because like, what the hell is that thing up there? Nice to give a friendly wave in Ireland. You know, it's just one of those things. So if you ever see anyone putting up their finger or their hand or something like that, it's just a nice little friendly hello, thank you. Again, now you'd be going a bit faster. I'm going just more for the visuals, the stunning view. And then I believe there's a few walking trails, one on my right there, which brings you up to like a rock face, some views up there. I've never actually done that part. I tried to do it with a friend years ago, but we ran into some issues where we were fat lazy bastards, so we decided to turn back. I'd probably do it now. Here it is coming up here straight ahead. I think you can get up to kind of the cliff edge of that by going up the back way, but yeah, just being lazy bastards prevented us from doing that. But again, you see there was a few other cars there. Some people come out as groups jogging or even camping. Some people might be off there camping away as well. And there's another motorhome, well, camper van. Sorry, something in my eye. And that's kind of the size and shape I want, you know, because I'm just single, so like a nice little fixed bed at the back, easy to drive, small, nice and easy to park, but you can stand up in it. Few things I want to do, but I just at the moment I want to sell my motorhome because I'm doing a China trip, and then when I come back from that trip, which is a couple of months, I will then look at a camper van or motorhome or something to do a few trips around Europe, and then I will be planning probably my second last massive trip. Oh, if you weren't interested in any of my travel guides and my travel tips, I'm creating loads. I'm trying to rush through a lot of them right now, my previous ones, while I have to follow that access at grandwalkingtours.com. If you want to check over there, check out that blog. That'll help support the channel. Also, if you want to help and subscribe, that would help. I don't always do driving videos. I do walking videos, vlogging videos, I do time-lapse photography. I know everybody says you should niche down, but it's like, if I niche down, I'd have to build like 10 different channels for each one of my niches. And it's weird, I'm lazy and I do nothing, but I do so much of each one of my niches. Like, I love the driving videos, I love hiking videos, I love walking, just like, you know, not talking and just walking through a town and city. I love doing food reviews and stuff like that. I just love doing it all, and I'm not giving up other stuff to just focus on one thing. So my channel does be varied, which is probably the downside of it, but yeah. Worst come to worst is my retirement plan. I'm going to be sitting in a retirement home at the age of 180 with poor memory, and then just looking back at my YouTube channel going, hey, this guy lived a life. He should have done other channels. He would have made millions and lived a different life, you know. But if you don't do the struggle, you don't reap the rewards, I suppose. Like, I am hoping one day it will blow up and allow me to continue on doing all these video types. Hey, even like if it came to it and it, like, you know, this channel semi blew up and it was worth making other channels, I'd probably invest the time into it, you know. I'd do more driving videos, because I do drive to a lot of places. Look at that. I do drive to a lot of places to do a hike, or to do a travel video, or to do drone videos. It's just the time after. It's even just doing the videos for my one channel is enough. So if I had enough money to maybe hire someone, I would go out and just record all the videos and then have them do the uploads and the edits, and, you know, pay them the money to do it, you know. love that. Right. Now, as I mentioned, the Glen McNass, yeah, I'm probably pronouncing that bad, and I'm not sure. Like, this is Fedlam Laird Squelga. Like, the gun 5, I gun Laird Squelga, you know. Even I butcher some names as well, so you might want to just put it. Anyway, I'll put the name up there on the video for you to check it out. It looks like there's already a crowd here. Normally, by the time I get here, like, the places be empty. It's like no light here as well, so maybe it's a good thing I came at this time. And I told my head, I'm doing the time lapse. Let's see how it does. Hey Meta, stop. Hey Meta, stop. Got that there. Now this here is epicness. I'm slowing down for this. Hey Meta, start recording. Hey Meta, start recording. Look at that. That's just beautiful, Ireland. I'm driving here, so I have to be careful. Hey Meta, stop. Hey Meta, stop. So we just drove past it there, but that's the little parking spot that I like to park into. And then you just kind of walk up to the side there, and it's a sheer cliff. Well, not sheer cliff, it's a gentle turn there. Oh, I wish I could show you the right hand side. It's just beautiful. And just the trees and the lights and the clouds in the sky. But then you can see the waterfall from there, and you can explore around, walk around a bit. And then we are coming back to the luscious valleys in Wicklow. Yeah, you can ignore that big boulder there, you know, like we should be fine, we should be fine. So then there is a river down here that continues along. I don't know if that feeds into Glendalough. Oh, there we go. My electric battery is fully charged now. So this is one of my favourite drives, and I'm kind of glad I'm doing it today, and I'm kind of glad I got... It's almost like the perfect weather. Yeah, you want some clouds in the sky to give that dramatic look, and you know, not overblown highlights, although maybe it did overblow when going into the shady areas. But you want some dramatic in the sky, some drama in the sky. There we go. And then we come into this little area. Normally I would be driving a bit faster. Again, I've got the camera on, and I'm trying to keep it as steady as possible. Hopefully you're up nice and high where you're getting a nice view up there. You can see the trees off to the right hand side with just that little shimmer of light there. You know, you're seeing these trees and ferns just kind of coming over the road. It's just a beautiful little valley. Now, if you're a foodie, and I hope it's still there, I'm on a diet now at the moment because I'm going to China, so I'm not going to go in and check it out. But if you are a foodie and you're coming along this way, when we get to Lara, the small little town, there's just a shop there. A lot of cyclists will be outside it. We'll probably see now in a minute. I'm actually surprised I haven't seen any cyclists. But go into that shop and you have like a little bakery at the back. I'm 99% sure these are homemade. They make them at home, and my good God, it's amazing. What did I get the last time? I think it was like an apple and pear tart thing, and it was fresh home whipped cream. It was amazing. Definitely, if you are doing this route, stop in and do it. Now, I don't know if lately they've stopped doing it. The price has gone up. The whole housing crisis, and living crisis, and everything else crisis. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, definitely worth a little checking. I'll shout it out when we pass by. But yeah, now we're in the valley. Rocks on the side. I would err a side of caution if you are driving and you're new to this. You're new to driving in Ireland. Unfortunately, you have to pay attention to the road because they do wind. Cars do come around the corner. Cyclists and bikers come around the corners quick. So your passenger can enjoy it, or you can do what I do. Just send a video. But even the views straight ahead, you know, they're just wonderful. Yeah, just driving in the middle of the road is common. Just be ready at any time to just, I wouldn't say swerve, but just align to your side of the road. And then when it comes to like a blind corner like this, hug the inside, you know, because it's too late if you have to change it in the middle. But once you can see far enough ahead, you can kind of drift out a little bit, and then if you have straights, you can then just be in the middle of it, and then again just hug in as blind corners come up. Stunning scenery. And would I live here? Probably, most likely, yes. You're not going to get a lot of the boy races coming up here. Sorry. Just tranquil. Like I'd almost stop. Actually, do you know what? I will stop. Just make sure I'm not going to cause a murder. You know, I forgot the microphone's on my head. It's gonna give you the ambient sounds of up above, but then I remembered I'm inside the car with the microphone. So I'm still waking up here. And I'll be doing another driving video hopefully tomorrow, Bank Holiday Monday. Which is a great time to head into Dublin city centre. You get to see the aftermath of the night before, and then there'll just be zero traffic around. You still get a few cars, taxis and delivery drivers and stuff, but it's one of the best times to just drive around Dublin city centre with zero implications of traffic, you know. In other words, you know, my poor driving isn't frowned upon. So yeah. So I hope I haven't bored you too much. I hope you've enjoyed the accent and the talking. We're still not there yet. We've still got a good bit to go. If you want, what I should have suggested at the start is probably just put some music on and just look at this. I'm going to put some stuff popping up as well. So look, see, even some deer come up. So just be careful of a deer popping out of nowhere. It's happened to me a few times. Luckily, I've been kind of semi-conscious that it can happen. I'm getting tired now from all the talkie. So, can't really think of anything else to really say right now. So I'm just going to shut my mouth. So I'll probably throw some music up. about a shop that you can go into. Usually when you follow along to here, this is where you'll see a lot of cyclists, or whatever you want to call them. And that is the shop there. Now, I'm seeing it's closed now because we're nice and early and it is a Sunday morning. So maybe the cyclists all decided to go drinking. And then we come down here and we have a little ride here. There's nothing coming, thankfully. And we just continue. And it's only a few little kilometers. Now, if you're able to drink, there is a lovely pub here that I see loads of people hanging around. During the summer, there's a beer garden there. And then a very strange petrol station just up here to the right if you need fuel. It's not that much of a drain on fuel if you do come for a drive. I believe I ate there in the Wicklow Heather. I can't really remember it, so it wasn't bad. You know, like if you know you eat somewhere and it's terrible, you remember. So I just don't remember to say, oh yeah, it was delicious. It could have been, it might not have been. There is also part of the Wicklow Way that you will walk along here to see. And yeah, I completed that there a few years ago with some mates. You have to kind of come around some parts here. Little sections you walk down through and go through and all. It's pretty interesting. And there's a sweeties and tea shop, so you can see this is like a very popular tourist area. It is a tourist area. Yeah, there might be a few shops that are a little bit more pricey than what they ought to be, but you know, you're not forced to buy anything. But it's still recommended. Like the hikes are free. Entrance is free. It's just the parking. You have to pay for the parking. So now again, there is, and I'll show you, there is some little spots that are free to park. We'll get to that now in a minute. And it looks like this guy's probably doing the Wicklow Way. Most people do it. It's usually about seven days long, roughly. And there's certain B&Bs and hotel lodge. Well, I wouldn't say hotels, Airbnbs and like hostels where you can stay over along the way. There is one I'd almost stay in myself because it looks amazing. So this is kind of the way down. What I might do is charge up my battery and then just continue on recording from here to Hollywood as a separate video. So if you want to check out that video, I'll be taking the left up there. Now you come down here and this is where the free parking is here shortly. Just when you come to this section here, be slow and cautious because a car couldn't come around or a motorhome. So just here to the right you'll see a lot of spaces. And this is free parking here. That's the size I want. See that? That's the size. A little mini van. Right. So there's yellow lines here, so you can't park along here. And again, it's a two-way system, so be careful of oncoming traffic. And then this brings you then down to the upper lake. It could be the lower lake car park. It's still a bit of a drive. Now there is a walking path off to my left. You can park there. You can go to St. Kevin's Church, the Round Tower, and then there is a walkway from the upper lake down to the lower lake, and then you can go up and around the actual hiking trails. There's several different ones. I think the Red Sphinx is the one, or the Sphinx Trail is the one I enjoy the most. I don't know if you can see the lake off to the left there. That's the lower lake, or the smaller lake. And basically the Sphinx will bring you straight up that mountain right in front, and you can kind of see a little bit of the path there on the left hand side of it. You get some stunning views up there. You will get eaten alive by midges, so just be aware of that. Yeah, so no parking along this road here at all. There used to be years ago, and it was utter bedlam. So there is a bigger car park at the very start. Then there's that little secret small section there where you can park off yourself. And then there is another car park down here, so there is plenty of parking. And if all that is taken, it can be in summertime, there is an overflow parking a good bit away. You've seen that probably earlier on in the video, but it is a bit of a walk down. This place is absolutely stunning. Now I will be doing a U-turn here, so you can go into the left here and you can pay. We will not be paying because we're not going, but there is loads of places, and there's a motorhome or two in there as well. €5 per car. I don't think there's a time limit on it, so you might even be able to stay the night for that. So do as I say, not do as I do. I'm going to park here. The reason I'm going to park here is because, well, there's no one around, and at this time in the morning you can't actually gain access to the lake. You can't actually get into the lake car park from here. It opens at, closes at 10 p.m, opens at something. But anyway, I'm going to stop this and give you a quick little charge and then drive off.